Hey, this is for all those people who think they're nobody in this world. Let me tell you a story about myself. See, my mother was a single mother, and I would work in restaurants, you name it, right? But the idea of life for me was always when I was a little kid, and it would always rain, and I did not have a car to go to the work, and I would take buses. Sometimes it would be so much rain that buses would just stop coming. So I would run so fast in the water so I don't make my shoes wet. And then right after I make it to the work, I would always just stand next to an oven or a grill. But one thing I never did in life, I never made an excuse. The idea of life is if you have $1 in your bank, it's your fault. If you have $1 million in your bank, it's your fault. So what I want to tell you today is be responsible. Your life is not over. See, the beauty of life is it's a game. Your score can always change. See, I remember, when I started in engineering school, I was an engineer. But I failed calculus too. I failed physics too. My mother was a single mother, and I was just driving Uber, cleaning bathroom, McDonald's, and I was working in top restaurants. But one thing I learned out of life was that you only lose when you give up. As long as you don't give up, the defeat cannot make you lose. And this is very important that you understand that you have to say yes to life. And that's the beauty of life. The minute you understand this, that you have to say yes to life, you're unstoppable. So for all those people who are thinking that, I am not doing good in life, and I want to tell you one thing, that there's never a comparison. You want to start with the person in the mirror yourself and nobody else. There's always going to be a comparison. And let me tell you one thing more. Comparison, what it does is, it makes you a person of a lesser vision. What if, God forbid, you end up in competing with somebody else, and what if he has a vision for the next signal light or for the next block? Guess what? And you had a vision for stars in the moon, and guess what? You end up in picking the wrong competition, and you could not fulfill your dreams. Now, this is exactly what happens with a lot of people. They tend to compare themselves with other people. Now, one thing I also notice in life is when people come, they tell me that there's life is hard, and there's people who did bad to them. The idea of life is you want to forgive everybody. They say forgive and forget, and that's the idea of life. And why is that? Because the most unsuccessful people I ever met in my entire life were people who let somebody else to live in their mind rent free. See, when I feed homeless people, foster kids, most importantly, when I feed homeless people they're on the street, they're more physically fit than you and me, but the idea is they have lost the battle in the mind. So I want you to understand this. If you what you're doing is you only going to make that person win if you're going to continuously think about them who did something bad for you. So you want to win. They say, if you want to kill your enemies, do it with a massive success. When you become very huge, nothing is going to hurt them the most than your huge success. So I want you to understand this over and over again, that first thing is you want to say yes to life every single day. And then second thing is you don't want to blame anybody for anything that's happening to you. See, no days are bad day. Every day is a character building day. So I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and I want to tell you something more, that you have something special in you. You have greatness in you. Once again, we're open till 2 a.m. See you guys very soon.